why having a three-way might be the best way. Stay tuned. Hey, it's me, Baxter.
And me, Jonathan.
We're talking about fancy guitars on those little Stratocasters and little switchy things. Three-way switches. It's the age-old battle. Is the three-way better than the five-way? Do people?
Is it the age-old battle?
People.
I think about this often.
I don't know if anybody. Okay, so why and when and how could a three-way be better? Is
Two less. It's two less.
Too less joy. No, but is it way more hardcore? Yes. Definitely the hardcore Strat players play with the three-way. All the way. Does it make the guitar intrinsically sound better because of the wiring schematics? No.
Probably not.
No. Is this all malarkey and kind of BS in some ways and just preferential choice?
I mean, I will say this, right? Like sometimes there is sort of the decision paralysis because you got too many choices. And it is sometimes hard to throw your Strat into, you know, if you're not like a Strat wizard like Philip Sace or somebody, to throw it into 4 from like number 1. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like without going too far, not far enough. I always find that I don't care if I end up on like the middle position. I'm like, oh, cool, a happy accident. That's a neat tone, you know? And then maybe I change it, maybe I don't. But
I was just having some weird X-rated thoughts there when you said that. No, I feel like the three-way leads you where you're going maybe. It leads you to play the 3 principal pickups a lot more. And then not just the neck and the bridge, but then it separates you and you go to that middle.
Well, I do forget how much I love those sometimes, especially when I'm playing live and I hit like, oh, I think I'm wired to think, oh, the bridge pickup by itself on a Strat sucks. It's horrible. Actually, it's really fun. And one of my favorite positions is the middle position. I love the middle pickup.
Well, most people ignore the middle position.
Except for to use it as 2 and 4, you know?
Right. It's just used as like a bridge to get the thwacky, gummy sounds of the Strat that we all know and love. But you got to remember, the old early Strat recordings, they didn't have that. They sort of figured out Buddy Holly, no bueno. It was just, neck, bridge, and middle. That's all I had. And some of those like great like Peggy Sue sounds, you might be hearing that middle.
Well, this Chris Buck video talking about that maybe some of Layla is that middle Strat position.
That would track. I mean, we got the 56 champ back there to find out later. But I was playing one of my dear friend's guitar. He just got a 54 custom shop time capsule finish, one of my favorites too.
Pretty awesome.
And we remodded it just to make sure the three-way was in there, and it was so much fun to play after that. I had such a blast.
That's fun.
And it made me kind of go to it. But I don't think it makes it sound different as far as like the tones we're getting like from the
like so like basically you're saying like maybe that middle and the bridge and the neck are like more pure because there's less wiring.
I don't know if there's that. Like sometimes like when I'm playing an Esquire, I can feel something different, but maybe that's all psychosomatic too. It could be. I do think it makes it.
There's sure something different. I mean, that's different. The different scenario though,
Okay.
because that way you're getting rid of all the potentiometers, everything. You know what I mean? You're going straight to the input jack, right? Like pickup, bypassing everything. But you're not doing that on a three-way.
I do feel cooler with a three-way for some reason. When I'm playing a three-way, it's like I don't think anyone in the audience can ever tell.
No.
But no one cares. No one can tell. But
I'm original. Three-way for life, baby.
But I feel more badass. I do a little. There's something, I don't know. I mean, it's like you're plugging straight into your Fender Twin. I got 3 selectors and that's it. And I'm going in there. It definitely, if you want to have a stock model, like old school, it's the only way to go. Like that's,
I mean,
you're going straight up 50s. I wouldn't do it all on my guitars though.
I feel like neither way is a deal breaker for me. And maybe it's because I'm not like a diehard Strat. Like I love Strats, but I'm not like I only play Strats, you know.
But it takes a confident man to be a diehard Strat
man.
guy.
That's right.
Like
a good player.
just confident in your own purity and sexuality.
Yeah, that's true. One day, maybe one day. But I don't know. I just don't think.
I don't. It's more. It's really just a choice thing, and it's a challenge thing too. If you haven't played a three-way thing, it's really fun to try to get those in between positions.
Try to get it to stay just right.
You still get it and it lands in there.
Yeah.
And I sometimes feel it's a little bit different from when I get a normal five-way.
I did talk to someone the other day who were saying that like they sort of wished they had a telly with a four-way.
One of my favorite tellies has a four-way that old Larry has.
And they were saying that maybe they prefer the old three-way. Just kind of normal, simple.
For the Strat?
For their telly.
Okay.
Which I feel like is,
there's something, simplicity. Fender sort of nailed it with the simplicity.
They kind of did.
Gibson sometimes feels like I'm flying a helicopter with all those volumes and those tones down there. What am I going to do?
Gotta let go with both hands to adjust, No.
It's like I'm driving my submarine on. No, so it's really just, it's a fun thing a lot of people haven't thought about too. Like, because I meet people every day that didn't know that the Strat just had.
Well, I was going to say, I think the 5-way, yeah, it's become so common that, and maybe that is half of the allure of going back to the 3-way, right? Like if you had a 3-way and you're back then in the 50s, you're thinking, man, what if I had a 5-way? That would be amazing. And now we're like, oh, these 5-ways. Wouldn't it be cool if we go back to the 3-way?
Well, it's like wanting to have a manual
yeah.
transmission. Like there's no really reason to have it besides it's more fun.
And it's badass.
It's badass. I like when people say, like, well, I get better mileage. I'm like, that's not why you're getting it, because it's more fun. That's why you get a Cabrio 1988 manual.
I think there is something about being more engaged in driving if you're driving a manual. Do you know what I mean? You're not worried about your phone or like you put on the stereo or whatever, and then you just, you're actually driving. And I think sometimes you go into autopilot driving the
and that can be a part of the guitar too sometimes. And it's jumping back to like switch gears from Fender Stratocaster to Fender Telecaster, and a lot of folks don't understand how the tone circuits used to work with like that position 3 all the way to the neck used to be just like dead tone.
Yep.
And position 2 was like your neck pickup. Then position 1 was your bridge pickup. There wasn't these two pickups together. That wasn't the thought process when it was designed. It was to be a bass as well. And then putting them together was a happy accident. That was not Leo's mastermind. That's kind of the cool thing about these strange Fenders that we love.
There you go.
And die by. I don't know, those are my thoughts. So it's just, what are your experiences with the ultimate 3-way experience? And if you're ever offered to play a 3-way or offered that in any type, I say you say yes.
Do it.
Say yes to a 3-way. It doesn't happen much in life, and it gets less and less the older you get. So if you're offered this opportunity, I say thumbs up all the way.
There you go. You heard it here, folks.
It's the Bible.
Hard-hitting news stories.
Subscribe.
Hit the bell.
This was for fun. Have a good time. Peace be with you guys.